Warning, this podcast contains Mila Kunis.
Podcast?
The Pondcast.
Get out.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to I Have to Get Out of This Podcast, the Once Upon a Time podcast for Season 5, Episode 14, Devil's Due.
Leave your own podcast.
I'm your host, Dom, leaving the podcast. Exit stage right. With me, my two co-hosts, Nikki and Clio.
Hi-ho.
It's off to work we go.
Spaghettios.
Yep.
What? Hi-ho SpaghettiOs?
You know what? I'm
how it goes?
apologizing right now because I think I burned all of their freaking brain cells in the last 5
They're all
minutes.
gone.
They're all gone. I'm sorry.
She was reading really bad ideas
Mhm.
that the internet has, like,
Really stupid fucking people.
yeah.
I
Like,
apologize.
I don't know. Yeah, what'd you ladies think of this episode?
It was really good.
This was a good one.
Yeah.
Freaking German. He's the best. I love him. He's a great Hades.
Oh.
Oh, gosh.
But it's like we've run into another one of these things, at least for me, where it's like, am I supposed to feel bad for Rumple? Because I don't.
You're supposed to love Rumple.
No. No. There is no way I'm ever going to even care the slightest for that man.
Where it's
Ever.
like, he's getting all like about his, unborn child. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I feel
Nope.
bad for Belle, but you
Yeah.
deserve it.
I feel about
All of it.
Belle has no idea. It's just gonna happen, and she can't do anything.
Hopefully she'll
about it.
finally fucking leave him for good.
Yeah.
Get some self-respect.
Wow, that's so mean.
Yeah.
It's smart.
Rumple never did anything wrong.
Oh my god.
Oh no, of course not. He's so innocent. He's redeemed himself. He's such a great guy.
He's a very stand-up man.
You're such a troll. Go back to your bridge. Just go.
Yeah, leave the podcast. I told you already.
Okay, see you guys later.
Hi. So Nikki. Let's see, where do we start? Underbrook. I really like that Regina just sort
Yeah.
of came up with that name.
Just threw it out there, and Krill's like, I kind of like that.
Yeah.
That was good.
Oh, look at you, you're clever. She was, when Regina went to confront her, Cruella was like trying to, I like that Dom hasn't come back yet. Yeah, when Cruella was like running, and like when Regina stopped her, Cruella was like, oh, you just want to talk? Oh, fine. Oh, that's okay. Like, did she think Regina was onto her at that point?
Sorry, I was in Underbrook.
Because I think that Cruella thought that Regina was onto her, and then when Regina was like, I just want to talk, Cruella was like, oh, thank God.
I went to go visit Underbrook.
Did you like it there? Did you enjoy your stay?
It was kind of nice.
I want to take a screenshot of that. You popped it up.
Make it a GIF or something.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was kind of interesting that Cruella and Regina just had a chat. And, Cruella was actually really kind of helpful this episode. She appointed herself the new mayor. Right?
No, Hades appointed her.
Hades did? Okay. I thought she appointed herself.
She got it from some higher in the chain. She didn't just throw herself into the spot.
But, she kind of revealed the point of the tombstones. Right? We learned that an upright tombstone means that they're still in the underworld. One that was knocked over means that they've moved on. One that is cracked means they're not in a very good place right now.
Yeah, in a bad place.
Mm.
Which I'm interested to see if we'll ever see the real, like, the hell underworld bit, you know? Because they haven't referred to it by a name. Everyone's just calling it someplace worse.
And someplace better. Like, we don't have a name
better.
either for heaven. The only time we saw where anybody went was Hercules. And Meg went to Mount Olympus.
Yeah, and we're not even sure that's where everyone goes.
Right.
It's probably just where Hercules gets to go.
Right. So we don't know where Henry went. Henry Mills Sr.
Mm-hmm.
Or someone else went. Who else went up?
Meg.
No, someone. Oh yeah, it's only been 3.
It's only been 3. So
you're right. It's only been 3. Sorry.
Yeah. I mean, this episode, no one went up, but we had Mila get lost.
I mean, her soul is still there.
Right.
It's lost forever, though. It loses its any identifying features it had.
It's still a soul in the river down in the underworld, so it still counts for Hades.
Yes, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was really awesome to see Mila again. I enjoyed the flashbacks. I did.
It did, reveal a little bit more about her character, that, she wasn't such a mystery anymore to us. She wasn't so mysterious. Like, all we really knew about her was that she was Balefly's mother. She left him for Hook, and she was Rumpel's wife. That's all we really knew.
That whole scene, though, is what made Lee even says in chat right now. Mila said to Emma, "You've been with my former lover and my son."
Yeah, like, that was so awkward.
That was the best moment of this episode for me. Like, I just had this, like, awkward moment. Like, we talk about how screwed up this family is. Like, they even made the joke, like, Thanksgiving would be really interesting back in our land. But, like, look at the relationship Emma has with that. Like, that is insanely complicated.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
It was great, though. It made for a good moment. Like, awkward moment, but it was still a fantastic moment. And it was cool. And
I was kind of hoping that Mila would meet Henry, like her grandson.
Yeah.
But it didn't happen. Maybe they can rescue her from the Lost Soul river of Lost Souls.
It's not iffy, out of the question, but it's unlikely.
Yeah.
Wasn't in the cartoon? Wasn't Hercules got caught in the Lost River?
No.
No, it
went down there.
Yeah, and Hercules jumped in
to save her.
So
but
it's not out of the question.
Made it
right, but it's not out of the question.
It's not, but it is literally a Herculean feat to do.
Yeah, it's impractical.
The only thing that saved him was that because he actually reached Meg and the act of saving her turned him into a god. That's why he crawled out. That's the only reason. None of them can turn into a god.
Right, but we don't know if we've seen the last of Hercules either.
Yeah. This is true.
So, I mean, Hercules going to Mount Olympus all but makes him a god. As far as we know, he is a god right now.
Yeah. So. I assume he is because he did defeat his 12 trials, is it?
Mm-hmm. Right. So I think it was set up. I think it's inevitable we have to see him again.
I hope
they kind of set that up.
Yeah.
And to be honest, Meg was a little lackluster for what she put in. I expected more out of Meg, so that couldn't have been it for her.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, hope not.
But seeing Mila, seeing those flashbacks, and it's I hated Mila, like, when I was watching the episodes and stuff coming up. And now it's kind of shifted in this place because you've learned so much more backstory of Rumpel, at that point. And you realize how much of a coward and how much weak he was, and, like, how she just wanted a better life. And he was hindering her.
I totally get that. Yeah. And I get the he decided things for her. I totally get it. But then there's the parts where it's like, you could literally do that yourself.
Right. But at that point, what's the point of having him around then? You know, especially in that time. I'm not talking about nowadays. You look in that time, and that is set very much in the ways that it was of old, where the man is the provider. Mm-hmm. Right? That was 800 years ago in their time, you know? Mm. So, like, you look back at that, and she shouldn't have to tolerate that. He should be providing for them in those times.
But it also just makes me so mad that she could just do all this stuff herself if she's capable of it. We see. Right. She could be this crazy, strong, awesome, kick-ass character, which she ends up being when she goes off with Hook and has some independence and wears some pants. Yeah. But
literally.
Yeah, literally. Mm-hmm. But we don't she keeps trying to make Rumple do all this stuff, and it's like, you are so capable of doing it yourself.
Yeah.
At that point, he physically cannot do these things. It's hard to... I wouldn't expect it, but then again, like Dom said, it's a different time.
Yeah.
Physically, if somebody's limping around and they can't do it for themselves, and I am capable, I'm going to do it.
Yeah. Sorry, honey, you gotta stab your own magician. Go kill him yourself.
Yeah, but also this is before her pirate days. She feels
trapped.
Yeah.
She feels trapped. I completely understand that, and I really liked the remorse she has for leaving. Mm-hmm. She just wants to tell Bay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's what she said was her unfinished business, was Balefire. She wanted to just she wanted to say to him, like, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have left. That was her unfinished business. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, and then, you know, it's the whole Bay got, you know, hit by the poison, you know, he got bit by the snake, and we see the shaman, and I was like, we're definitely going to see the shaman again. Like, we're going to see him this episode, you know, like that. They always do that.
Yeah, they wouldn't have showed him if they weren't going to bring him back.
Yeah.
Nope.
So it was interesting now to see the contract that was signed is his second born child.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I went back, it's, you know, Rumple's second-born child. Because at first I was like, oh, it's their child. Their next child. Mm-hmm. Then I was like, wait, hold on. Rumple's child.
Which is really interesting, because in the lore of Rumpelstiltskin, it's always the firstborn, and, you know, like
he always claims the firstborn.
Right, so it's kind of turned on him.
But that's a different... Oh, and now I forget whose story that belongs to, but there is a story where it's like, oh, I'll get your second-born child, and the parents are just like, yeah, we just never have another child.
Right.
And I forget what story that is. Yeah, it's like, easy, we just don't have another child. Oh, you're pregnant, bitch. Damn it.
Yeah.
Oh my God, chat blew up. Like, I wanted to keep up, but
yeah. We'll get to everything. We'll get to everything.
We'll get back to chat. It's just like, wow, there's so much going on right now. This is a big episode. It feels like that to me, anyways.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So looking at that now, I was just like, before the shaman came back at the end, before everything, when they signed that contract, as soon as he signed the contract, when he said it to Mila, I went, oh shit, Belle's pregnant. Like, because I remember now, this was back when Frozen was, you know, around, when they slept together, and I said it back then. I go, she's pregnant.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And here's the thing. When he looked at her in the crystal ball, I was like, what is he jealous of Grumpy? Like,
yeah, that's what I thought too.
Is he jealous she's having pancakes without him? I'm like, what's happening?
Oh my God, I was like, what is going on? Don't tell me he's going to go kill Grumpy now.
No. God, no. Grumpy's got a whole lot more grumping to do.
He does.
Yeah. But Danielle Del Castillo Locatelli in chat. Yes, I'm going to say their full name. Stop giving me shit. Goes, what are your thoughts on Rumple and Belle having a baby?
Well, my thoughts are Rumple's a dickhead and Belle's going to be traumatized. So
when she loses it, Hades is going to take her child.
Yes, and I feel like that is the shittiest situation, and I'm not liking it.
Because the shaman signed the contract over to Hades now, so yes. Yeah, it's a really shitty situation, but do you really think Rumple, of all people, is just going to let that fly? Like, he's going to want to stop Hades. Like, they got to come up with a way. He's going to have to work with everybody now to make this right.
There's that, and I think he's going to have to cut another deal with Hades to switch that contract around somehow.
Rumpelstiltskin doesn't know what deals are. I love that in the flashback. Like, deals? Like, I don't want to owe anybody anything. Like,
and then you've got Hades and Rumple making deals, and it's like the Dark One making a deal with the devil. This is like deal heaven right now.
Yeah. Yeah, and Danielle also wants to know, what are your thoughts on Rumple becoming Hades' bitch?
Well, we've already seen him as Zelina's bitch, so, moving right along.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, at least he's moving up in the world.
Yeah, that's literally what I thought, though. I was like, oh, we've been
down.
here before.
Yeah, this has been around. This train has been around these tracks before.
That's going to happen.
I mean, but with something as powerful as Rumple, that's really the worst you could do to him is gain leverage on him to control him.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a common thing that's going to happen time after time again because everybody's going to want to control the Dark One.
Except this time, last time when Zelina was controlling him, kind of felt bad because he was trying to do good things. Mm-hmm. But now I'm just like, oh, yeah, all right. I'm okay with this.
But
that's
also,
with Zelina and Hades was Zelina had complete control over him, whereas Hades doesn't have his dagger. He's just saying, I have this, you want it. You're gonna do my shit for me, otherwise you're not getting it.
But also remember, like, Christina, I get there's stuff going on right now that you're not happy with Rumple about, but keep in mind that this thing he did was something in the past. This was before all this stuff, I don't know. I don't know what's going on in Rumple's head right now. It's hard for me to say.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that he's doing the right thing right now. But I don't feel like he's completely doing the wrong thing either.
You mean by doing what Hades wants?
No, just in general, like his actions leading up to this point. Because clearly now I have to go back and look with this in mind, this new bit of information in mind. I have to go back and rewatch with Rumple's like change of direction because knowing that Belle is pregnant now, he probably wanted his powers back.
But he didn't know Belle was pregnant until this episode.
He had no idea until this episode. He knew what he was looking for. He was looking for his child, right? He was looking for Bae. Like, we find this information out. So at that point, when he looked into the ball, he was looking for his child.
No,
and
I
then
think
it
he
showed
knew.
Belle.
No, because he didn't say my child. That's not what he said. He goes, show me the person that I'm looking for.
Yeah, and in his mind, he was thinking about his child, and it showed him.
Yes.
Right.
It showed
this
him
is right after. This is right after. He had heard. Was it right after he heard? No, it wasn't.
Emma told Mila about seeing Neil.
Yeah.
In a vision or whatever before she got to the underworld.
Which I thought was really sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's in a better place and all that stuff, so that's when Rumple's like, he wants to seek him out now to see if it's true.
I'm not convinced that Rumple didn't know before this episode that Belle was pregnant. I think it was like, a big reveal, because we, as an audience, didn't know.
Yeah, but why would he be shocked if he knew? Even if he suspected...
I don't think he was shocked. I think he was more shocked that the contract was still intact, and now that Hades has it. That's what I think he was shocked over.
No, but no. When he dropped the ball, when he dropped the crystal ball, he was shocked. He did not expect to see Belle.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Maybe. Yeah, I guess.
Jacob says, I wish Belle was with Grumpy. He'd make a better boyfriend.
But then Grumpy wouldn't be Grumpy anymore because then he'd be happy.
That's right.
We already have a happy.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, he'd be dreamy again. Right?
Maybe.
He might be dreamy again.
It might be.
Maybe.
I miss Dreamy. He was nice.
I miss Stealthy. Stealthy is my favorite. I'm hoping Stealthy shows up in the underworld at some point. So
Was there really a stealthy?
There was.
There was 8 dwarves in the first time we met the 7 dwarves, and they were going to rescue Snow White, and Regina killed
Stealthy?
Regina killed Stealthy. Yeah.
I don't remember his name being Stealthy.
It was 100% stealthy. Yeah.
Yeah. If you go to the store, Rumple's store, Gold Store at Disneyland, or is it Disney World? One of them. Stealthy's
Disney World,
pickaxe is there.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's funny.
But Danielle also says, I personally think the meeting between Emma and Milo was awkward, but super duper funny. Definitely, I think that was great.
It was for a good laugh, definitely.
Mm-hmm. And now Danielle wants to know, are you guys happy that Emma and Hook have been reunited?
I've never been a fan of Cap Swan. No, I don't. But I guess I'm happy. Because that means, Hook is out of Hades' hands for now.
Yeah.
I'm more happy for Hook than I am Emma. I could care less about her.
Yeah.
And Nikki, I love you, but every time it breaks my heart. You hate Emma so much.
It's the same reason why you have this distaste for Rumple. He does so many stupid things. Emma does so many stupid things that I cannot stand.
Yeah, but she's trying to do good. Like, she's almost always been trying to do good.
She's not always trying to do good. She's always trying.
That's why I said almost always.
She's trying to do what's good for her. She doesn't give a shit about anybody else. She's very selfish. Yes.
Yeah.
She's down. She dragged everybody into the underworld for Hook, so she could be happy.
No, she said nobody had to go with her. She didn't want anyone to go with her.
Right, but you know, and she knows nobody's gonna let her go alone.
Yeah.
So that's just being selfish. And Lee says in chat, now you understand why I hate Captain Swan.
I like Captain Swan, but now this whole going after him thing, he went willingly. He died willingly. I think this is going to be bad juju, unfortunately.
It is. And that's another reason why the heart split didn't work.
Well, the heart split didn't work because she can't give her heart because her name's on a tombstone. That's why it didn't work.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because Regina, Snow White, and Emma are all stuck there. All 3 of the ladies.
I was going to say, Hades is a bit of a sexist.
Yeah.
Well, scroll down in the notes. The last point. Just keep going. Very last point.
Is Hades making a harem?
There you go. No.
Probably.
But, what does that mean for David and Snow, since they do share a heart?
That means that James could go back in his place.
Huh.
Oh, damn.
Does that mean if they're trying to share a heart between Killian and Emma so that he can go back because he's dead. So if she shares his heart, then he's sharing her soul?
I don't know. It's all complicated when it comes to that. And Daniela wants to know in chat, is Hades the most challenging villain that the heroes have faced yet?
Yes, because they're on his turf.
Yeah.
Every villain they've ever faced, they've been in Storybrooke. Their turf.
Mm-hmm.
This is
Cora and Hook, they fought in Storybrooke. That was their turf, but... Or not, I mean, Enchanted Forest.
Oh, yes. Well, yeah.
That's basically the same thing as Storybrooke. I mean, Enchanted Forest is kind of like a general turf.
Yeah.
So many people are from there.
Yeah, but magic
Hades,
exists.
This is his world.
Magic existed there, and that was where Cora had the upper hand.
Yeah.
So.
I don't know. I mean, this is Hades' realm. It's not just his turf. It's his.
Right.
His.
Yeah, exactly. It's no one else's.
I mean, if there were limelights, it'd say Hades everywhere.
And I mean, I'm sure he would actually do that with those theater bulbs just
Yes.
Hades.
Everywhere. He's that flamboyant.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jacob asked, "What if Emma takes her own heart?" And I did think of that, but it's again, she can't because she's trapped in like
Yeah, it's
her
not
heart
hers.
her heart, her soul is tethered to the underworld now.
Right.
She can't do anything with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But point I forgot to mention before, Mila, when we see her, she ends up as a crossing guard, in the underworld. We see a bunch of kids in there, and who was it in chat? I think it was Jacob. I'm trying to find it now. Chat's on the ball tonight.
Yeah, seriously.
Jacob, I can't find it, but it was something along the lines, was anybody else disturbed by the fact that there were children in the underworld with unfinished business?
I mean...
Yeah, Jacob. Anyone else find it disturbing? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
With how violent some things are and just like, the situations that happen, you can't ever predict whether kids aren't going to be a victim of it. So yes, it's disturbing, but it's to be expected. They're so young. They had their life ahead of them. Of course, they're going to have unfinished business. And, I mean, it's a kind of a grim idea, but they couldn't avoid it because they kind of do want to stay true to realism in a way, even though it's a fantasy. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the best way I can explain it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sally wants to know what would Rumple and Belle name the baby?
Maybe they name it after her father?
That's
if it's a boy?
If it's a boy, yeah, that makes sense.
If it's a girl, they name it after Gaston.
Yes.
You could just name her Jilly.
Good.
Jilly. I don't know why.
Ginny?
A name. I really don't. I don't know. I can't think of any character they could name. It's just gonna be like Neil and Henry. They're kids that are being brought into these storylines that fairy tales have never really had before. So.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe if it's no, I'm trying to think of like Greek stuff. Maybe they name it something that has to do with the rest of the Greek mythology, and then it would like fit in. Or maybe they don't get to name it at all, and Hades takes it.
They could name it Balefire. The sequel.
The sequel?
Balefire 2.0.
Sure.
I don't know. But chat is almost unanimously claiming that they want Cruella to be the new Dark One because Rumple is pissing them all off. So, am I the only one that still likes Rumple on this show?
Yeah.
Rumple is
so many chances. He's had too many chances. Yeah, I can't.
I don't care. Even if it's whatever. Like, he will always be my favorite character.
You want to talk about selfish? He chooses himself every fucking time.
But we go into the show knowing that. It's not like Emma, who's flip-flopping all over the place.
She's trying.
Rumple's been consistent from the beginning. He's all about his power.
Jacob's on my wavelength. Name the baby Persephone.
Sure.
Okay.
That sounds like.
Was Persephone the one that has to go to the underworld and marry Hades and
I think so.
In certain, depends on who tells the story, she actually does fall in love with him.
Could be.
Should be really, really weird if she was a baby.
Ugh. But I mean, Hades is already centuries years old, so it doesn't matter who comes in now. He's gonna be so much older.
That's always true.
Yeah.
And there's been a very big lack of Robbie K, aka Peter Pan.
Well, I mean, he did leave this shop to Rumple.
He did.
So he's off doing something.
He's scheming.
He is scheming.
He is.
Because he's just like, we'll have a relationship as father and son. It's like, you're just gonna be an asshole again. I mean,
well, we also know that Robbie K is under contract with Heroes, and though Heroes is off the air right now, we don't know how long his contract runs for, appearances and stuff like that on networks.
Right.
And they probably had to cut a deal to get him to come onto the episode to begin with. So we don't know how long that contract entails, how many episodes he can appear, if it was the only one. But I would, after the contract expires, we don't know the terms and duration of it. I would expect Pan to already have crossed over to the real world, and it's too late. They didn't know. It'd be great, because Pan never fails. So I 100% think Peter Pan is going to come back with them in some way, shape, or form. Same way I think Cruella is going to come back. And for all we know, maybe Pan is going to hitch a ride with Cruella.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe he'll get back through that same loophole that she's planning on trying to get.
I honestly think that Henry's going to try to get the pen.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to try to close Cruella out of the deal.
Yeah.
But I have a feeling she's going to make it happen anyway. And you're right. Honestly, I made jokes. I made fun of you when Pan died. I was like, yeah, right, Pan never failed. It's true. I don't think he's going to fail.
No. He'll be back.
I mean,
we need to have like a season culminating like all the villains that they could possibly get together. Like, yeah, we've seen the trio of evil, like Maleficent, Ursula, and Cruella.
Which wasn't a very good trio.
It wasn't. It wasn't. But I want them to bring a bunch of their old villains back. Get Pan back. He was
Ursula. Ursula's great.
Right, but she's kind of been redeemed. She's off being happy somewhere. So
yeah, well.
But get Pan back. Get Jafar back. Right? Jafar just got shuttered back to his lamp in Wonderland. Like, he's still out there. They just sent him far away. Like, they can get him back. They can get a bunch of villains back and like create like a super villain team that actually means something. But yeah.
Sorry, I was kind of like melting a little bit over Jafar. I just love his character, love the actor. It's just like, I can't wait for him to come back. Just dreaming about it.
Yeah.
We just need all of the Lost actors to have like a villain team, just all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Except for the Snow Queen. We could leave her out. She's okay. She was redeemed. She's happy. Whatever.
I guess
bringing her back as an evil thing right now would be a little awkward. But like the other ones could work well, because even Regina was on Lost for 2 episodes, so she's technically.
Was she?
Yeah, she was. She was one of the Dharma people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh wait, was it Dharma? I forget now. I think she was actually one of the Islanders. I think she was on the tail end section. I think she was over there.
Okay. It's been a long ass time.
Yeah, I know for a fact I recognize her, but I can't remember if it was the dirty like tail end people section or if she was like a flight attendant or something like that. But I'm gonna go with the tail end people, the others or whatever. So yeah. There was something else I wanted to mention. When we were talking about Henry and the pen, and you were talking about Cruella is gonna try to cut Cruella out of the deal. Yeah. Yes, the pen is alive, but remember, Cruella's got the ink in her hair. She still does. It's still you can see it.
Yeah. Right? Yeah. I mean,
so he's gonna have to get the ink from her.
Yeah, but the pen being alive doesn't mean that it's like a person. It just means that it has its own life force.
Right. But for Henry to use it, it needs ink.
Yeah.
So.
Yes, this is true.
I'm curious about that.
Yeah, me too.
Danielle says she's excited for Zelena and Hades alliance, which I've heard some rumors about. So I think that would be very interesting.
Very.
And we kind of know that Zelena's got to be involved in somehow, because that's going to be the way Cora moves on. Cora is not going to be able to move on without Zelena.
Yeah.
That's her unfinished business. Mm-hmm. It's not being stuck to Miller's daughter. It was being the Miller's daughter and being pregnant with Zelena. That's what she did, her how she treated Zelena. That's exactly her unfinished business. So, and Cruella's unfinished business is just not being able to live the life she wanted to back home. So Cruella's not going to be happy until she gets to get out of there. And that, in fact, Henry getting her out of there, writing her out of there, may actually make it her unfinished business and get her to move on, so she doesn't actually leave.
Interesting.
You know, she goes to leave, but she moves on instead.
Unwillingly.
Right.
The light just pulls her in. Like a void.
Well, I think it has to be willingly. I think that's part of it.
Could be.
Moving on has to be willingly. Going to hell, that can definitely be against your will. But going up, I think you have to be
Which is a
willing.
possibility.
Very, very big possibility.
Yeah. But we also found out Regina was looking for Daniel this episode. And she got confirmation that Daniel has moved on.
Yes, that was very sweet. I really liked that.
And what did the wounded horse have? Was that some kind of symbol for Daniel, or?
Well, you look back, he was a stable boy, and
Yeah.
I think that's what made her think of Daniel, was seeing this wounded horse.
But I also think it was knowing that Daniel was all right and that gave her a little bit of hope, and she was able to use her powers. The horse was literally just so that she could use her powers.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I don't know. What is she gonna do with these powers now that she's got them?
I don't know.
Just checking as she crafts a fireball in her hand.
Yeah, just testing it out. New underworld powers.
Hades said that, between Regina and Rumpel, they're the two biggest sources of souls for Hades. So he wants them back up there.
Upside.
Yeah.
Then why? Because we know that Killian or Hook didn't carve the names in. Why is Regina's name in there if he wants her uptown?
No, he said he didn't care. He's like, yeah, she was all right, but you, Rumpel, I want you doing your thing.
Yeah.
He did mention that she's been slacking lately, kind of thing. Yeah.
Because she's been the whole good,
Yeah.
Sally says in chat, I thought that that was her horse that she took the heart from. Ripped the heart out, remember?
No, her steed was black, wasn't it?
The one when she was the evil queen was black, but when she was with Daniel, when they were in the stables and Rumpel was training her and taught her to take the heart out, and remember she ripped the heart out of the steed? I thought Rumpel crushed the heart of that steed. I don't think it was her that did it. I don't remember, but I had the impression that was her horse too. So I couldn't remember exactly what had happened to her horse, so I wasn't sure at the time when I was watching it. But I was kind of under the impression that it was her horse as well.
Okay.
Jacob said, I believe the horse is the one Regina killed to enact the curse, but it failed. Her childhood horse. So that's what it was. Yeah.
Okay.
So I think we're all on the same impression with that. I don't know. Aside of that, is there anything else you ladies have to talk about?
There was no Henry. There was no David. We saw
or James.
They were at the end, and they were just standing around. It's like, what did you guys do all day? You kind of just saved Hook. Did you do anything?
Yeah, we had a couple burgers in the diner. So, yeah. Next week, the episode is called The Brothers Jones. I'm really excited for this one. Finally reunited, Hook and Emma must find a way to defeat Hades so that they can return to Storybrooke with Snow, David, Regina, Robin, Henry, and Gold. A surprise visit from Hook's departed brother Liam just might provide the lead they were looking for. Others who have tried to overthrow Hades spoke of a book that have contained the key to his downfall. Tired of watching from the sidelines, Henry secretly takes matters into his own hands while the others search for the book.
Oh, bet he's going to look for...
He's going to go look for the pen, and if he finds the pen, he's going to take up writing again.
Mm-hmm.
He's getting to that age where He thinks he can make all the good decisions.
Yeah.
He's like Carl on The Walking Dead. Coral, stay in the house.
I hope that because he knows how powerful it is. He knows it's not to be messed with. I hope whatever he does with it is not stupid.
Yep. Finishing the synopsis. Meanwhile, Hades redoubles his efforts to trap the heroes in the underworld by playing them against one another. And in flashbacks, the bond between the two young Jones brothers is tested and strengthened on a merchant ship leading into a dangerous storm.
Okay.
So, Liam flashbacks, Liam present. I love it. Absolutely love it. I can't wait. I called this... what was this? Before that, I think when we were speculating who we would see in the underworld in episode 11, I said Liam, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong.
I mean, I remember it, I think.
Yeah.
I remember you saying it, but I don't remember when.
Yeah. So, I'm excited. We'll see.
This show it's just, you know, it surprises you around every turn. There's so many twists.
But some things don't surprise you either, like the shaman. It was very clear we were going to see the shaman again from the first time they showed him. We're just like, well, he's going to be here now.
But the twist there was that the contract wasn't nulled. It was signed over to Hades.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't matter if the guy died. It was still active.
Well, that's what I thought when they showed the scene of Rumpel as the Dark One going back and killing him. It's like, I can't owe a dead man. I'm like, that's a pretty weak loophole.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure you can owe a dead man.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when their soul goes to the underworld.
Yep. Yep.
So, I think that's about it. Nikki,
Yep.
Where can the people find you?
They can find me on Twitter at LadyVenom24, LadyVenom24.
Excellent. Clio, where can the people find you?
They can find me at Cliomoto on Twitter, Twitch, and Pinterest.
Excellent. You can find me down below at Phenomenon, PHENOMEDOM.
Phenomenon.
You can find us all and more on Facebook, Gmail, G+, Twitter, MySpace, and right here on YouTube at /ASOTV podcast for some more podcasts for some of your favorite TV shows. Once again, I would like to thank Daniela, Jacob, Sally Noble, Lee Silver, and there's someone else.
Is there?
I think you got everybody.
Think I got everybody?
Everyone.
All right, that's everyone. Thank you guys.
Somebody, but...
Thank you guys for all your questions. If you would like to join in on the fun, join us live on our YouTube channel. You'll see all the schedules for all the shows. Ask us questions, and we'll be glad to give you our opinions and answers on them. Till next week. See you guys later.